When I was told to calm down and don't let the hormones get out of control, I'll be totally honest with you. I simply wanted the ground to swallow me up. I was a 55-year-old female, co-founder and CFO of a tech start, and was being denigrated by my 26-year-old male boss simply because I was standing up for what I believed to be right in a heated exchange. After being sacked by the company that I co-founded for whistleblowing and making protected disclosures, my case made national and international headlines after the Employment Tribunal found in my favour in all 9 areas of concern that I raised. Now, whilst the headlines may suggest that my case was simply about being an older female, in truth, there was an awful lot more to it than that. The particular line quoted, "Calm down, don't let your hormones get out of control," was one sentence in a 93-page witness statement and a court judgment of over 50 pages. Since the court judgment was published in August 2022, I have been inundated with journalists making contact with me, wanting to know more. I am still embroiled in a legal battle over the value of shares taken from me when I was illegally removed from the TechStart company. And so I'm sure that you will all understand that this evening I can only discuss details that can be found in the public domain. Whilst the CEO in question denied ever making such a comment and said publicly that he would appeal the decision, no appeal has ever been heard. And more importantly, any such action is now legally out of time. So what has happened to me has crystallised my own thoughts about workplace discrimination, which I now know goes on all over the world. One of the questions that I have been asked on many occasions is simply, do older women struggle in the workplace because of age discrimination? My answer to this is quite simple. Yes, I do personally believe that there is age discrimination in some workplaces. But more importantly, it is faced by men as well as women. Much was made about my hormones, with the link therefore being made to the menopause. But men also suffer with hormone changes as they get older. The male menopause is now only starting to be fully researched, and we are now gaining an understanding of it. However, what I really think is that there is potentially a correlation between whistleblowing and age discrimination. Since my case made national and international headlines, I have been inundated with people making contact with me from all over the globe. They've wanted to share their stories with me, both men and women. And what seems to be a predominant strand in their message is that whistleblowing and ageism has taken place. Now, I personally don't know the average age of a whistleblower, but I truly believe that what comes with age is knowledge and experience and having a feeling when something isn't right. This may start well before a full whistleblowing action occurs, when you're simply trying to bring this to the attention of those around you. I, like most people, am not actually a troublemaker. However, over the years, I know that I have faced significant criticism when I've been told that I don't pull the party line because I'm simply not a yes man who agrees with everything that's said to me. Again, this is a sentiment that so many others have shared with me, suggesting that we're old, possibly have issues with our hormones, or don't understand things because they're tech-related, appears simply to me to be a great way to put us down. And such actions, in my mind, fall within the guise of age discrimination. Quite simply, I truly believe that hormones do not mean history. I am told by my legal team that the judgment in McCabe versus Salazar is an important case law which is now already being referenced in tribunal matters in the UK. This is something that I am exceptionally proud of. But bringing a discrimination claim successfully to tribunal is not for the faint-hearted. I am a strong woman, who always just took a deep breath and got on with things. However, even I suffered greatly throughout all of this episode. All I was trying to do was stand up for what I believed was right, namely trying to stop the ill treatment of a far younger co-worker when breaches in legal duties were happening. The legal judgment recognises that my mental health and confidence fell through the floor, and it was only due to the help of my amazing husband and children, close family and friends, my team and clients, all of whom believed in me, that I have managed to brush myself off and get back on with life and fight for what I believe is right. So many barriers were put in my way. At times, it was almost like psychological warfare, no doubt with the intention of trying to break me. What shocked me the most, though, was being told by my legal team that what I witnessed was not unusual. This came from all directions, even down to being told 48 hours before the case was due to commence that it may be cancelled as a judge couldn't be found. As one member of the legal profession said to me, "It's not always about the truth, Louise. It's about who argues the facts of the case the best and also who has a little bit of luck on their side on the day." The case took me hundreds of hours to prepare for, and I was lucky the judge who presided, along with her team, completely got this very complicated case. It took over 2 years between me being unlawfully removed from post to getting the compensation the court said I was entitled to. It, however, cost me tens of thousands of pounds to get justice, something I received no recompense for at all. So this experience has made me think carefully about my thoughts surrounding the role of older employees within the modern workplace. I have spoken to many others about this, and there seem to be several recurring themes. Quite simply, we feel that once a company has got what they want from us, utilising our talents and abilities to allow them to profit, and we become a nuisance for speaking out about things, we're cast aside. We're either managed away or removed. Many have shared with me the thought that the work ethics that they have developed over many years means that the prospect of simply being a quiet quitter isn't something that they're comfortable with. A viewpoint I too share. Many, therefore, happily take an exit if it is offered on favourable terms. But I ask, is this right? In my own mind, I strongly believe that it is important to remember that being over 50 does not mean that we are actually Luddites. Many of us had no form of IT training within our formal education. In fact, for many of us, there weren't even computers in school, and we have had to teach ourselves how to use technology. This, I believe, means that we embrace change in a different way. Many of us have an innovative and challenger mindset, but we want to use our extensive knowledge and experience as a way of enhancing innovative and challenger methodology rather than it being a barrier to progress. I do truly believe that changing the future is not something that is simply the prerogative of the under 30s. Many over 50s, over 60s, and even over 70s have so much to offer the modern workplace, and the loss of our knowledge is something that economic development and prosperity can ill afford. I personally have now returned to my small accounting practice full-time. I have embraced digitisation in all areas and am championing how this can help business grow stronger and be more successful in the digital age. I also now mentor other business owners to help them also achieve this. I personally have learnt so much, and my experiences mean that I now have an attitude and confidence that I would never have believed I could achieve. This has not gone unnoticed within the industry, and I am now working closely with software and other industry suppliers to share my stories with others and help inspire older workforce members to achieve their full potential in the latter stages of their career. The older workforce is an exceptionally valuable commodity. Its power and ability needs to be harnessed to work in conjunction with all for the economic benefit of the entire country. My view on this is quite simple. The wheel has already been invented. Our experience simply needs to be utilised in a way that potentially makes the wheel more effective, more efficient, and possibly faster. I have been described by some as a black swan, referencing the fact that attitude like mine is rare. It has severe impact, and with hindsight, the effects of it was obvious. And yes, I truly believe that all of this shows that you can teach an old dog new tricks. So this should have been the end of my talk, but events in the last 2 weeks mean that I need to share a little bit more about where I see the future going. 2 weeks ago, Salazar entered into a pre-pack administration. The assets were sold to a potentially related party, and 40+ families faced financial uncertainty as jobs were lost. I became aware of the potential situation at the start of August. I loved Salazar, even after everything that had happened. I co-founded it. It was part of my DNA. So I did all I could to extend the financial runway to ensure staff were paid, whilst attempts were made to find a different solution. This fell, regrettably, on deaf ears, and we are where we are. As a black swan, though, I will do all I can to make sure that the truth is known about how the company that I co-founded, who was widely reported to have had the biggest ever investment in Northern Ireland history, imploded in less than 2 years. Thank you.